Hi there, welcome to Camping Secrets. My name's Mark and we've got a real goodie for you today. It's the Jackery Explorer 500 battery power pack. We're going to put it through its paces, if I can get the sun out of my eyes. It's just arrived in the post. We've got the SolarSaga 100 watt solar panel to unwrap. We've got the Explorer 500 itself. Bit of a weight to it, but nicely packed from Jackery. And then we've got a carry case as well. So let's dig into this. Okay, so we're gonna unbox it first and see what we've got in the package. I'm going straight for the power pack itself to start with. It's like Christmas when these things came through the door. So this power pack is 518 watt hours. So it can supply 518 watts for 1 hour of usage. Now it might not sound that much, but actually it's a very useful source of power if you're going wild camping. That's what we're looking to use it for. So nice box here, carry handle on the box. What else have we got? This is the case, I think. Aha, ruggedized case. Let's get rid of that. Rather a nice carry case there. So let's just whack that, and let's undo the solar panel as well. Oh. So the solar panel, it's probably about 50 by 50 centimeters, I'd say, something like that. But thin enough to slide into your camper van and store away quite easily, I'd imagine. So these are the goodies. Let's open them up. So the idea behind these battery packs is that you can go camping and you don't need a mains hookup, for long periods of time. So nice little carry case here for the battery charger. So this is, a wall plug or a car 12-volt charger to charge up your battery pack before you set off on your journey. Oh, and then here's the beast itself, the Explorer 500. So we'll have a look through that. So it's 6 kilograms in weight. And it's a fair old heft, but it's quite a compact unit. There's a little flashlight on the side, so if you're carrying it at night to your camper van, you can sort of see where you're going. Now it comes with a battery charger to put mains power into it, so you can hook up to 240 volt mains. And then charge it up, and it takes around 7.5 hours to fully charge up this 518 watt hour battery. Also comes with a car 12-volt cigarette lighter plug-in, which you can also use to put in the charge, and I think that takes similar time, about 7.5 hours. Nice little carry case for that charger set. Let's talk through the battery itself. What have we got? So as I mentioned, we've got a light on the side, so you can actually use it as a torch to carry it around at night if needed. We've got the display here, which shows how much charge is remaining in the Jackery. So it's 44% at the moment. And then we have the input connectors here. So that will be either the mains plug-in or the 12 volt from the car, or it'll be the MPPT connector from the solar panel, which we'll talk about in a minute. So that's your input. In terms of outputs, we've got a DC 12 volt output. So that can power your 12 volt lighting, your 12 volt cooler box, something like that. There's also a couple of other connectors here. So at the moment, I don't know what they're for. I need to check. We have 3 USB-A connectors. So you can power your gadgets, charge up your phones, your tablet, your Kindle, whatever, while you're camping. And then we've got a nice 240 volt 3-pin plug AC output. And that can deliver 500 watts with a peak power of 1,000 watts. So it could easily charge up a laptop, or run an electric cooler, or TVs, or possibly even a low wattage travel kettle. You'd need a bigger battery like the Explorer 1000 with a higher wattage output if you want to really power high power units. Very sturdily built, actually. It feels really rugged. Lovely carry handle. I mean, it's just it's extremely well made. You can tell as soon as you take it out of the box. Size-wise, I'd say it's about 30 centimeters across here. Height's around, I don't know, 25, and then the depth around 20 centimeters. And it weighs 6 kilograms. So, it's perfectly manageable. Very nice. Let's move on to the solar panel now. Yeah, so this is the SolarSaga 100. So that means it can give out 100 watts via the MPPT connector. It's got a lovely magnetic connection here. So normally it snaps shut like this, but then you just pull it apart and it reveals the solar panels here. On the back, there's a little leg, so I think you can angle this up like so. And there's another leg here, so that's quite cool. And that enables you to point it at the right angle to hit the sun for most of the day. Now, charging the Jackery with this bad boy takes around 9.5 hours, and that's in direct sunlight. So in the UK, especially today, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really raining outside. There's not going to be a lot of direct sunlight, so it's more of a trickle charge just to keep it topped up. During the summer months, it should be possible to keep this battery topped up while you're away if you're not close to mains, and then you can use this to power your key items really while you're wild camping and enjoying yourself. So how big's the solar panel? I'd say it's around 1 meter long and 0.5 meter deep. It's worth having a look at the back. So these are the legs here. They're just velcroed down, and there's one on each panel. And there's also this zipped little bag here. So here we've got the output cable, which then plugs into the input of the Jackery. Probably like so. So the power then comes from the solar panel into the battery here and tops it up. And actually, the output of the solar panel's got a couple of connectors as well. You've got a USB-A output and a USB-C, so you can actually power and charge your mobile phone gadgets directly from the solar panel. So that's quite nice as well. It's all very nicely made, good quality materials. I just like the storage. They thought about everything here. It's a nice one, all-round package really. And then we've got the carry case for the Jackery itself. So that's got a Velcro handle. So I play in a band sometimes, and this reminds me of the bags that the snare drums come in. What we got here? It's like a cool bag itself. You could put your beers in here. Let's see if that fits in. Doing this for the first time live on camera. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can put some of the cables and chargers in this top pot probably, if you want to. Zip it up. Nice natty orange there. I love the colour scheme actually. And there we go. So, ready to roll. Very good, Jackery. Like it. Okay, let's get it on charge for the next few hours, and then we'll start powering some stuff up, and we'll go on a little drive in our camper van and see what we can power with the Jackery Explorer 500. Be right back. Okay, let's put this on charge for the first time. I've plugged in the mains power here, so it should just be a case of plugging this into the front. So let's turn on the power. And the light immediately comes on. So that's brilliant. I'm guessing that means it's charging. Let's have a look at the front indicator. So, yep, the light is on, blue light. So, yep, the blue LED is on, and we've got 85 watts going in. So there is a battery management system in the Jackery Explorer. So it basically takes any voltage or wattage that's coming in from over the solar panel or from the mains or from the 12-volt source input, and then it adjusts the voltage and the wattage internally to optimally power up the batteries and get that charge in there at the best possible rate. Okay, so we've come out to Sutton Park today it's a nice sunny day, and we're going to try out the Jackery with the SolarSaga 100-watt solar panel charger. So we've got the Jackery here. It's at 90% at the moment. So I want to see what sort of power we can put into it with the SolarSaga charger. So let's set it up. So we've got the SolarSaga solar panel here. It's 100 watts of electrical power, which can be put into your battery of choice. It doesn't have to be the Jackery, but it's designed to work really well with the Explorer range. You can see it's really rugged here. Fairly large, it's around 4 kilograms, just under. But it's got a really nice ruggedized handle. It's got legs on the back, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you've got a pouch here with the cable, which plugs into the Jackery. So it's magnetized so that these two halves stick together, which is really nice. You can literally pull it apart. You have the solar panels inside. Luckily we've got a bit of sun today, so we'll test it out and see what happens. So let's set it up and get it working. So we basically open up. Hopefully it's not too windy. And then the legs at the back are velcroed on. We can angle it to start getting sun. Now you've got to be careful, because if the sun's coming this way as it is today, then there's no light going on it and you might only get a couple of watts. We want up towards 100 watts. So we need to angle it towards the sun. Sun's that way. Let's have a go. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's get the Jackery. So we got the Jackery now, and let's take out the cable from the behind. Now what's nice is that you can charge devices directly from the solar panel. You don't need the Jackery battery pack. There's a USB-A and a USB-C connector in there, so really you don't need that. You can just take the solar panel and charge your phones up, or even your laptop if it's USB-C compatible. Then when you do charge the battery pack, you can actually still use the battery as you're charging it, and that's a really good advantage of the Jackery. So as discussed before, it's got AC and DC USB outputs. Oh no. So the sun's shining now brightly on the Jackery solar panel, so that's the SolarSaga. Let's have a look how much juice we're putting in. So, 54 watts, 55 watts, 57 watts. It's difficult to film this actually, it's so bright. Yeah, 55 watts at the moment, which is fairly substantial actually. Probably not angled the best. So let's have a go at powering some items while we're away out in the countryside. So we've got the Jackery, it's currently charging with the SolarSaga plugged in. Not much light, 13 watts going in, and we're 90% full. So we've probably got about 450 watt hours of power in the Jackery. So I'm recording the sound of this review on my laptop here. It's a little Dell laptop, and I've got the charger here. Now, say I'm working in the camper van as a sort of office away from home, you know, I may want some power and there may not be mains around. So this is where the Jackery really comes into its own. So let's plug in the connector, AC power, and I think this takes around 45 watts, this laptop. So should be able to just plug this in. And then you click the AC button here to initiate power. And straight away we're on charge. The laptop's signified that it's on charge. So just take some film of that. So now we're getting 64 watts of power in from the sunshine. Suddenly got a burst of light. And we've got 41 watts going out with the laptop. So you should be able to see that we're charging the laptop down with that little battery icon there. There's a plug on it. So that's brilliant. We're basically generating more than we're using here. So even though the power coming out is quite substantial, 45 watts for the laptop, the overall percentage in the battery should go up because we've got more light going in than we're taking out. Very nice. So what else can we power that has a bit more oomph in it? Well, funnily enough, in our camper van we've got this thing, which is a Kenwood blender. If I look on the back, it says 450 watt power. Now the Jackery can output 500 watts of power under steady state conditions, or up to 1,000 watts under a peak power condition. So 450 watts from this should be ample. I haven't got an extension plug, so I have to unplug the laptop and then I'll plug in the Kenwood. Power out is down to 7 watts, so it's drawing some power even when it's not on. But let's have a go. I like it. So that's on level 1. We're drawing 95 watts. Level 2, 97 watts. Level 3, 105 watts. Level 4, 114 watts. 119 watts. And level 5, 114 watts. So it's only about a fifth to a quarter of the maximum power of the Jackery. So you can still charge your phones, you can still watch TV while you're doing this. Pretty impressive. So what are the pros and cons of the Jackery Explorer 500 together with the SolarSaga solar panel? Well, to my mind, it's a fantastic bit of kit. It's well made, rugged, the solar panel's rugged, not that heavy, and you can basically take it camping or any expeditions and you've got mains power. Yes, it can't do over 1,000 watts. You need the bigger Jackery 1000 for that, which is slightly more expensive, and that's worth looking into, I think. But for general stuff like running laptops, TVs, cooler boxes, even that whisk that was really quite powerful motor there, this powered it with ease. What I really like is you can solar charge it You don't need to charge it via the mains, and you can use the battery power while you're still charging it. That's really useful. It will power 12 volt stuff, DC. There's 3 USBs here. Now they are the 2.5 amp USB-A here. It's not fast charge, so that's something perhaps Jackery could look into. And then there's only one AC outlet, so you would need an extension cable, 3-way or something, to power more devices with AC at the same time. The display is clear. You can see it even when it's very sunny. I know the camera didn't pick that up that well, but believe me, because it's liquid crystal display, you can see it in very bright backlit conditions. And that's it really. I just think it's a fantastic bit of kit to take camping, especially if you like camping where there's no mains electricity and you just sort of want to live off grid. Jackery Explorer. So I've been Marky Mark, and this has been Camping Secrets, the Jackery Explorer 500, the SolarSaga 100 solar panel. Gets a thumbs up from us. Thanks for watching.